Here's a blast from my past. I played this game a lot as a teenager, and I've carted this deluxe edition box around for years from house to house, even though I haven't actually played it in well over a decade. But this video isn't about this, it's about this. The Car Wars 6th edition Kickstarter ran at the end of 2019. I paid for it in January or February of 2020. Then COVID and shipping and all manner of other issues meant that it took until this week for Steve Jackson Games to actually get it to me. And it's still in the wrapper, and I'm going to tear that off and then come back in a moment and go and have a look inside. This cover art is reminiscent of what was on the box of the first version of Car Wars that I bought when it came in a box about so big. And we open it up, and top of the pile, rules box. Now, pop that open. Miniatures box A. And miniatures box B. So, this is a wee bit cumbersome, so let's just put the big box to one side. So, let's begin with the rules box. 6th edition rules. This is a very slim book. Seems to have everything we need for the basic game. I'm not going to go into this in depth, obviously, because I'm just having a look inside and going ooh and ah for now. Next out of the rules box. These are, I think these are little car stats sheets. So rather than scribbling your details on a piece of paper and crossing it all off as you went along, as in the old game, you've got a sheet for a pre-designed car. Takes a little bit of the fun out of it, not being able to design new cars, unless there's an option for that in there, but we'll see. Another car, the Butcher. The Goblin. Warhawk. I think this is the last in the... Oh no, there's another one. Scarab. And Slipstream. And having gone all the way through them, I've just noticed there's another car on the back. So each of them has another car on the back. So that's 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different pre-designed vehicles, which is a good start. So they go there. Next out of the box, hazard and damage deck. I'm not going to break into them until I've read the rules, so I'm sorry, this is all you get to see for now. And various movement templates and I don't know what the counters will be for. Control and speed, no doubt. Wrecked car. Hazard of some form. Let's have a quick look at these. If I can get the bloody thing open. There we go. So, quite thick card with a nice shiny surface. So you've got I remember D1, D2, D3, D4, adding the danger of each of these moves. This one here says slight, so I presume you can just go a little bit off and it won't make a major difference. And then you've got finish line flag, some form of hazard or surface marker. Another one there. Wrecked car. And all of these little counters. And last out of the box, dice. Shield, I don't know what the star could mean. Weapons maybe, or maybe just numbers. That's obviously got something to do with mechanics. 20 dice to go with it. Miniatures box A. We have, and that's control and speed. I'm presuming that's armor position, armor state. So you've got 2 of those for keeping track of the status of your car. Power, tires. Yeah, cool. And then we have I presume these go in here. And move. Yeah, so I'm going to try something. So I've got a little power thing here, and it will move as an indicator. That is so cool. And so reusable compared to the old system. That is cool. Anyway, obviously what's interesting in here are these, but I'm not going to get to those just yet. 2 bases, so this is basically, as it stands, it's set up for 2 players. 2 bases to put your cars on, and a bunch of status or control cards. Again, I'm not going to open it till I've read the rules. And cars. So they're quite light plastic. The way they've been made, the mould lines are hidden down here. Let me just... Yep, the mould lines are hidden underneath, so they're not... You don't have any major ones on the top here to clean up. Just a couple of little bits of cleaning needed there and there on this one. Doesn't tell me which of the cars it is on it. I'd have to actually refer back to the details in the rules box. So we've got six cars in here. That looks like a beast. Cool. Miniatures box A. Here we have miniatures box B. Another 2 of these. So now it's 4-player. Another set of these. More of the status counters. 2 more bases and another 6 cars. Well, 6 vehicles, because that's clearly a small truck, pickup, whatever. I also got Uncle Al's upgrade pack, crew pack, and armoury pack. So let's see what's in these. So these are cards you can add to your car, obviously. Weapons and gear. 186 cards. So these are, if I'm reading this right, checkpoint cards. They can't all be checkpoint cards. Some of these are upgrade cards. That's a crew card. Oh, it's a weapons card. So, more weapons, tech and fun to be had there. Crew pack. Ah, those are barrier tokens, right. So, drivers, gunners, stability controller, barrier tokens and wall tokens, and extra sidearms, bits of kit. So these are rule expansions and kit expansions. So these, gunner, driver, etc., are in case you get somebody out of the car, so you can run around. I remember the old fun of having pedestrians running around between houses and throwing Molotovs and all of that stuff. So this is if somebody leaves the car, you can keep track of where they are. And these are extra crew cards. And the armoury pack, which is about the size of one of the sets of cards, so it's going to be more weapons, I reckon. Expansion for Car Wars, it is not a standalone game. Yep, more oddball weapons. Distortion field for upgrading your defense roll. You know what? I'm going to have a quick look inside this batch. So these are presumably you can lay these on slots on your car setup to replace the standards weapons. Same way you can lay different drivers on for different handling scores and that kind of thing. Oh, and so there, yeah, 20 per player colour, so 4 different player colours. So I've taken the cars out of the box now to have a closer look. We're I'm going to scroll slowly past. They're all made out of injection plastic, and they're not solid, like they're not resin cast solid bodies. And these plates in the bottom cover up the great hole, obviously, of having a hollow car. I mean, the fit of the bottom's not great, but everything else looks quite good. So you've got the body, and then this bit on the roof has been glued in place. That's a separate component. I think this is part of the body. Yep. But there are others where this one, say. So this one, you've got the body, and then this weapon on the side, which from those tanks, I imagine it's a flamethrower. So this is a separate component all the way down the side. I think the rockets are part of the body moulding. These rockets are part of the gun moulding. So yeah, basic construction has gone into them, as well as the initial moulding, to give them a little bit more detail that you wouldn't be able to get from a straight one-off mould. Let's have a look at this one's a fun one. It's a bit more of a buggy. Big off-roader with hefty machine guns and rocket launchers and funky armour on the wheels. Whereas this one and this one are clearly speed demons. Minimal weaponry, sleek cars, go fast. This one's another bruiser with a big rear-facing gun and fairly decent-sized forward-facing guns. Yep, lots of weapons on that one. There's a little bit of flash present on most of them, just tiniest amount they'll need a little bit of cleaning or incorporating into the paint job. This is almost a speeder. I think it's a bit more heavily armed, so I think it's like the equivalent of a luxury sedan, say. But with a spoiler on the back, so you never know. Another speeder. I can't remember the name of this one, but that's a very hefty ram on the front. So it's made for just clobbering into things. So, as well as playing the game, I'm going to have to paint all of these at some point.